help us launch the quiz. So we're going to send out a quiz to find out where you're joining us from. It's just one question that has popped up on your screen. Just drop in your city or your country so we know
Florence?
where our community is from. Yes, hello.
Yes, Florence. And unfortunately, the panelists cannot participate.
Yes, I forgot to mention that to you.
Okay, no
The
problem.
panelists can participate, only the attendees can.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. I hope you've all had a chance to answer the
They
quick
all,
question.
everybody answered.
Okay. We display the results. I'm curious to know. So what do we have, William?
So we have Yaoundé, Bafoussam, Poland, Dakar, Senegal, and
Wow.
Douala.
Okay, quite an international audience. Well, welcome to you from wherever you're joining us from. We're very glad to have you at our session with the theme of partnership between project management and business analysis. Now, let us officially start this session, but I would like to introduce myself. For those who don't know me, my name is Florence Ndoum. I am the host or moderator for this session. Professionally, very briefly, I'm an IT business analyst and project manager, and also an agile leader and consultant. I have some IIBA certifications like CBAP, Certified Business Analysis Professional, and Agile Analyst Certification, AAC. Overall, I have about 8 years of experience in the IT space, but in different industries. So in telecom, pharma, and professional development. But with the IIBA Cameroon chapter, I'm the Vice President for Professional Development in English. I'm very excited and happy to have you all in this conversation. Very briefly on our agenda for tonight, we have our welcome and ground rules, which I will show you shortly. And I will introduce IIBA Cameroon for a few minutes. Then we'll go into the conversation with our speakers, Nelly and Lord Skelly. And you'll have enough time for your questions, as well as your contributions. This is a professional exchange. So even if you don't have questions, but you have something to contribute, please do. We'll be very happy to have that. And next we have a quiz. We always have a quiz to make these sessions a bit more interesting, to test if you've been listening and paying attention, and also to give you prizes. So you can look forward to that. And then we'll close. So we're together for about 2 hours, and believe me, you wouldn't notice the time passing. I mentioned ground rules. Okay, the first one is when you're not speaking, please mute your mic because we don't want the noise coming to the call. If you have a question or a contribution, please raise your hand or use the chat. When you have the floor, please introduce yourself. We're also doing this for networking. So introduce yourself. Let us get to know you. Also, you have the option of switching on your video when you're speaking. It's good that we put a face to the name. And this session is recorded. I mentioned it already before. If you're not happy with being in the recording, please leave the call, which will be sad though. We also plan to have photos taken during the session and a group photo at some point. So if you don't want to be in these photos, please let us know. You can send us one of us a message, and we'll take note of that. Make sure that your image or your name is removed from our photos. These photos are going to be published on our different channels. Okay. Next, just a reminder that we are all here to learn together. So let's be kind, let's be open, and be respectful of our speakers and also of each other whenever we intervene. And lastly, but most importantly, we want you to participate and enjoy this session. It's Friday. It doesn't have to be serious. We can actually have fun with this. So I hope you're ready. Let's start. Okay. This session is brought to you by the IIBA. I know that sounds like a commercial, but I need to say it. The IIBA is the International Institute of Business Analysis. It's a global organization which aims to help other organizations do their work better. So their vision is to shape the practice of business analysis to achieve better enterprise outcomes. And the mission is to lead the global business analysis community and provide professional standards so that every person can achieve more. IIBA is a global organization with over 30,000 members and very well-known certifications such as the CBAP I mentioned earlier that I have. And then you have others like CCBA, ECBA, AAC, and others for data analysis, cybersecurity, product ownership, etc. So IIBA has very high-profile certifications and a guide for business analysis called the Babok Guide. When we're speaking about an institute for business analysis, we're speaking about business analysis. What exactly is it? Well, from the Babok Guide, we can define business analysis as the approach that enables change in a company or organization by defining the needs and recommending solutions that bring value to stakeholders while taking into account their context. That's just to set the understanding of what we call business analysis. But who is a business analyst? According to the IIBA, business analyst is anyone who performs business analysis activities. You don't have to have the job title business analyst to perform business analysis activities. In reality, we have a wide variety of job titles for people who perform business analysis as part of their job. And there are so many different areas where you find business analysis being used and applied. So you may be a business analyst and you just don't know. All right, so we said IIBA is a global organization. We're very proud of IIBA's presence in Africa. Right now, there are 9 established chapters. Cameroon is one of them, and 3 in formation. So the community is big, and it's good to know that you have counterparts in other African countries. But about us, IIBA Cameroon, we exist since 2021, so we're quite a young chapter, but we like to call ourselves the defender of business analysts in Cameroon. Right. So IIBA Cameroon, wants to represent the global IBA in Cameroon, of course, as well as provide a framework for exchanges and information between our Cameroon members, such as what we're doing right now. It also aims to promote business analysis practices in all decision-making contexts, that is companies, public bodies, administrations, associations, you name it. It's not limited to just companies. And finally, we want to professionalize business analysis activities by providing information on best practices, by doing training and certifying practitioners. That's what we aim to do as IBA Cameroon. And we are accessible by email. We have a website, we have a LinkedIn page and a Facebook page. And I'm sure William will post this information in the chat so that you can contact us however you see fit. Right. IBA Cameroon has a big family of 58 members as of September 2024. And we also like to highlight the certifications among our members. So we have 7 CBAP certified members. CBAP is like the highest level of business analysis certification provided by IIBA at the moment. And next is CCBA, and the introductory one is ECBA. And we also have an AAC, and AAC is for Agile Analysis. So that's the certification pool of our members. However, we have a lot of members in training at the moment, and we have 7 who are registered to write the CBAP. So we hope that our pool of certified people will increase, of course. Maybe you are one of those people who will join that pool. All right, so we want to tell you a little bit about our activities in IIBA Cameroon. IIBA does trainings. So we've been doing trainings like trainings on tools like Jira and Confluence, trainings on process modeling, process re-engineering, so business analysis techniques. We also do professional exchanges, like what we are doing right now, which we call our afterworks or BA meetup events that happen every month, alternating online and in person in Douala. We do them in both English and French. So we use this to ensure that our members keep exchanging knowledge with each other, as well as you don't even need to be a member, it's open. So people of all backgrounds can come and share with each other. All right, apart from our professional exchanges, we sometimes do promotion activities at career fairs, and we build strategic partnerships with other organizations so that we can bring the value of business analysis to them, and we can benefit from what their expertise is. But we'll see a little bit more what kinds of partnerships we've been forming. And we do webinars too, free webinars where we give information about certain topics, like, for example, how do you apply for a business analysis job? What certifications should you do? Those kinds of things. Last but not least, I want to highlight that we do certification study groups to prepare people for IIBA certifications. And this is one of our most important activities as an organization, because we want people to be equipped with business analysis skills at a professional level. And then when they go into enterprises or organizations and they show that, hey, I have this certification, nobody can doubt their skills. So we've been running these certifications, and we have a few more planned. And we'll just show you briefly a bit of information about these, but we would like for you, if you are considering certification, to join one of our sessions. In numbers, so far we've done 6 trainings, 7 professional exchange events, 3 promotion activities. We've already secured 4 strategic partnerships. We've done 6 webinars, and we have run 4 certification study groups. 2 are still in progress and about to finish, but 3 are to come, and we'll see that shortly. Well, this is all that we've been able to do in 2024, and that's a lot. We've been keeping ourselves busy, but yeah, we still have a lot in store for you. Right, we're talking about partnerships, but I just want to highlight a couple of them, and I would like for William, who is the president of IIBA Cameroon, to give us a brief description of these partnerships and why they're important. So William, over to you.
Thank you, Florence. So, you know JCAM, so it's the largest employers organization in Cameroon. So this partnership will give our BAs members unique access to a vast network of business leaders, CEOs, and the chance to directly influence the socio-economic debates and the policies um, in the country. So the JCAM, they have commissions. So we as business analysts, as members, we will be able to participate to those commissions where we have the government and all those CEOs, maybe your boss will be there, and you will be able then to participate and to give your voice, influence the debates, the policy regarding fiscal, legal, digital economies, startup or development or whatever. So together we can grow and contribute to the national development and create even a greater impact for business analysis, for a profession, and for business overall in Cameroon.
Okay, great. And how about this one then?
So this one is an organization who aim to help 10,000 African youngs to become IT professionals. It can be developers, it can be business analysts, it can also be project managers, data analysts, etc. So through this partnership, it's a social, um, um, social impact. So we will, for free, we will train 6 African youngers every year. So that's the goal. Help them become business analyst, data analyst, or whatever. So yeah, so 6 youngers who will be then selected by this organization, and we train them then every year during collaboration. Yeah.
Okay, that's quite interesting. And we hope to be able to contribute to helping African youth become more ready for the job market. So thank you so much for that, William. I just want to let you know about the upcoming events. I mentioned the study groups. So we have one starting this September 16th, so just next week. And it's a study group in French and in person in Douala. If you are interested in being part of this study group, as well as the others, please use the contact information William added in the chat to contact IIBA, and you get all the information you need. We have this one, and we have we have another BA meetup, which is an event like this in person in Douala on the 3rd of October. Of course, you get a lot more information on these events on our different channels, especially our LinkedIn channel. Continuing about the study groups, we have another French study group happening online. So we do them online and in person. This one online would be next month on the 8th of October. And the one in English online will start on the 15th of October. So you have a number of options depending on which language you're comfortable with and which format you're comfortable with, in person and online. And yeah, please take advantage of these opportunities to get yourself certified. It really is worth it. Okay, right. We have a lot of events and we communicate extensively on our events. On our LinkedIn page, if you follow us, you will be able to find all the information you need. So please don't hesitate to visit this page and follow. Right, let me stop talking about IIBA and come to the topic that brought you all here, the partnership of project management and business analysis. Right, at this point, I'm a bit curious, who in this audience is a project manager or a business analyst or both or something else? So can you just answer this quiz asking you to describe which one you identify yourself as? I think that would be interesting to know. So you'll see a quiz pop up very soon. Are we ready with the quiz, William? I can't hear you, you're muted.
I just
All right. No, the one
this
on
one.
what is the job? What
Okay,
job do
my
you
bad.
relate
Yes.
more with? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. 9 answer so far.
Okay, let's just give it a few more seconds. All right, so what's the trend, William? Who do we have in our audience?
Wow. We have 31% business analyst, but 31% as well, both BA and project manager.
Okay, okay.
And then 23 others and 15% project manager.
Okay. All right, so we're seeing a lot of PMBA overlap happening, and that's not surprising. When we did a survey of our business analyst profession in Cameroon for 2023, we found out that the top job titles that business analysts who were surveyed had were number 1, business analyst, number 2, project manager. I think that's interesting. But let's get into it. Before we get to our speakers, I just wanted to give a bit of an introduction of what this project management business analysis is. So we are leveraging on the most recognized bodies for these professions. So the Project Management Institute and the International Institute of Business Analysis. If we give a high-level description of what a project manager does, we can say that a PM is responsible for leading the project team to achieve project objectives. within defined scope, time, and budget. And they also manage risks, ensure stakeholder satisfaction, etc. Meanwhile, a business analyst will be responsible for identifying business needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to stakeholders. So this is a bit of a way that we can look at these two roles. But where they overlap and interact a lot is in the context of projects, of course. In the life cycle of the project, before, during, and after, you have business analysis activities that support the project, and you have the project management activities as well that carry the project, right? For example, before the project, a project manager would do initiation and planning, would engage stakeholders, would do risk identification, would even choose what approach to use for a project. Say, for example, waterfall or agile or hybrid. And the business analyst would be doing elicitation, strategy analysis to help determine which direction we should go, planning how to manage requirements. And of course, that includes stakeholder engagement. During the project, though, the project manager manages and coordinates the work of the project and controls and monitors to make sure things are on track, and also does a lot of communication and reporting. The business analyst would be then deeply managing requirements and facilitating design and development. And you'll also be supporting testing and helping to facilitate capturing of feedback and improvements. And now after the project, where the project manager does closure, final reporting, disbands the teams, releases the resources, and captures lessons learned, a business analyst could be found doing solution evaluation. So checking, okay, this solution is implemented, is it providing value? Is it working as it should? They're also involved in support sometimes post-implementation. And just like with solution evaluation, but to another level, they can help to assess the realization of benefit from the project. And they also do continuous improvement activities. So there's a lot of collaboration, I would say, between these two roles in a project. And just like we saw in the statistics even this night, there are people who do both in projects. So this leads me to these very interesting individuals who are project management experts, but who on one hand also perform business analysis activities, on the other hand, interact with business analysts and understand the value of collaborating with business analysts. So I would like to bring Nelly Ngeno and Lord Skelly Yawa to the floor, and let us have this conversation with them and pick their brains. Oops, I gave you a sneak peek you are not supposed to see. But yeah, let's go. Nelly and Lord Skelly, are you ready?
Yes, hello. Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everyone.
Hello.
Ready.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to start with you, Nelly. Can you tell us who you are? Let's get to know you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Florence. Thank you to IIBA to host me in this session. I'm very pleased to be there. I'm very excited because it's my first time to do an exercise like this, to share in English. So I've been hosting some sharing. I've been sharing also, but it was always in French. So don't please be kind with me, because even if I work in English, sometimes being in life like this, I'm curious. I'm also curious to see what will be the result, huh? And how I will be appreciating my participation. So, who I am? I'm a project management consultant. As you say, I'm Nelly, Nelly Manuela Ngeno. I've studied in Cameroon, donc more precisely at the Catholic University of Central Africa, where I obtained my master degree in business administration. Then I left for France to do an MBA in corporate strategy and consulting. And before leaving Cameroon, I've worked as a management controller and then as a supply manager. And in France, after my MBA year, I've continued working in logistics field, and particularly for company like FedEx, Air France, Total Energy. And now I'm working for AGL. AGL is an ex-Bolloré company. AGL is Africa Global Logistic, where I act as a project manager for the implementation of a logistic IT solution in the Africa region. As for my hobbies, I like singing, I like dancing, I like sharing, like I'm doing today. And also I have many activities apart, like I have created 2 associations, if I can say it like this. One called Smart People Academy, and the other one is Reveal. So the aim goal of this association is to help young people develop strong and master soft skills in order to increase their employability. And finally, I'm an entrepreneur. Since 2022, I've launched 2 meal delivery company in Cameroon, and recently I co-founded an investment club which aimed to raise funds to support high potential startup in their early stage in Cameroon. That's what I can say about me. And thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you, Nelly. It's good to get to know you. And Kelly, how about you? Can you tell us who you are?
Hello, everyone. Thank you to IDA Cameroon chapter for this opportunity to share on PMBA collaboration. My name is Lord Skelly Yawatngasa. So I am currently a PhD candidate in sustainable energy, working on the nexus water, food, and energy. I also hold a master's degrees in energy and another one in electrical engineering to Polytechnique Yaoundé. Professionally, with over 10 years of experience as a project manager, my work has ranged from managing energy and construction projects to engineering of hydroelectric power plant and construction of high voltage substation and transmission line. I have also worked on energy policies analysis and energy efficiency initiatives. Outside of work, I enjoy reading books on leadership and innovation. I am engaging in volunteering for professional organizations like the PMI, Cameroon chapter, the National Order of Electrical Engineers, Association of Energy Engineers, also international electrotechnic committees. So I am here to share more insight with you today, and thank you for having me. I give you back the mic, Proven.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much for your introduction. All right, so I have some questions for you both. So let's start with you, Nelly. Can you tell us a bit more about your role or your job as a project manager in your sector? You spoke about supply chain management, and now you're working on logistics projects. So what does that look like for you being a project manager?
It's like in any other projects, it's quite the same thing. So basically, as a project manager, I will be accountable of to run project from the beginning to its end. So that means from the business case documentation, the feasibility study, scoping, drafting specification, developing project roadmaps and scheduling, performing cost estimation, the risk analysis, the resource purchasing, the project executing monitoring through the project closure, and all this while coordinating multidisciplinary teams. So it's like I said previously, it's like any other project. In the specific field of logistics, I've managed project on a variety of contexts, and I'll maybe talk about two. Firstly, I've worked on business process re-engineering projects. That is project where we rethink how the activities and the process are performed in the organization. That means that we work through the business process and identify where we lose money, where we lose time, where we lose quality, and then define, modelize, and implement new way of working, new ways of performing the process, and this in order to gain productivity. The second type of project I have been part of is logistic IT solution implementation. I've done this a lot in many companies. I can say that right now I'm a IT solution implementer. I can say it like this. And in the field of logistics, you have a solution like warehouse management systems. I don't know if you know. Warehouse control system or transportation management system. And currently for AGL, I'm working on the transportation management system. I'm implementing the solution in 20 countries in Africa right now. So on a daily basis, my activities or my tasks really depend on the phase of the project we are in. At the beginning of the project, I'll be doing analysis, I'll be doing documentation, I'll be doing meeting with all the stakeholders to really understand the need of the project, the rationale of the project, to understand the interests of the project, and then to put all this information together in a common document that I will share and validate with all the stakeholders. Also, I will set up a project team and make sure that I have the best or the right resources in terms of skills to run the project, and also performing some high-level estimating of time and cost of the project at the beginning. Then after the kickoff, I will be coordinating team to work on requirement, to work on schedule, on risks and budgets. Then after, when the project is really on and running, and when everyone knows what he should do and in which time frame, what I will do is also continue to gather the information about the project to communicate to the stakeholder regarding the project progress. That is doing meetings, PowerPoint, documentation, and yes, a lot of facilitation in meetings to make sure that everyone stay aligned with the project goals, the project constraints, and so on, and that the project is moving in the right direction. And finally, after the implementation, I will be carrying out some evaluation of to assess if the project has reached its goals. And at the end of the project, like every project manager, I will be doing some lesson learned meeting to understand what was good and what wasn't good, and what we can do to better perform for the future project. That's it.
Okay. Thank you for giving us a glimpse into your everyday kind of work. I would ask you, Kelly, the same question. You're in a different area. You're in energy, construction, and all that. Is your daily work different from what Nelly does, or what does it look like for you?
Okay, thank you, Florent, for this question, for this opportunity to share my approach. In our field, approach is there's common point, but some aspects are very different. Let me start by the strategic level. Like all project managers, I focus on answering the key question: how do we deliver the project? So in the context of energy and construction, this involves not only achieving the set objective, but also generating tangible benefits for all stakeholders. Let me break down into three key areas based on my role. Mm, the first thing is a significant part of my role, roughly 60% of my time is dedicated to communication and resources allocation. These tasks are critical to ensuring that the project stay on track and meet its goals, especially in complex and multi-location project. For instance, in the construction and renovation of 200 health centers across Cameroon, clear communication and resources allocation ensure that we gain stakeholders' confidence and meet the project goals. My roles involve aligning teams, ensuring clarity, and optimizing resources used to keep the project on track. Another 25% of my time is dedicated to developing strategies on mitigate risks and ensure that the project remains aligned with its expected benefits. We develop proactive risk mitigation strategies that not only keep the project on track, but also help us exceed performance expectations. This level of planning, the level of planning ensure that even in high-stake project like energy and infrastructure, we are able to maintain control, manage unforeseen challenges, and deliver within scope. The final 15% of my time is spent on continuous monitoring of performance metrics and progress. This process provides the necessary data to adjust resources allocation and manage project risk. For example, in one of our projects, we analyze the performance of our teams in key areas like health and safety. The insight from this analysis inform capability building initiative and allowed us to optimize team efficiency, ensuring that the project remain on courses and meet its goal requirement. In short, my role is about managing communications, timelines, resources, and risk, using data to ensure projects are delivered successfully and sustainably. That is what I can share as now, and thank you for allowing me to share this with you, Florence. I
Thank
give you
you.
back the floor.
Thank you. I think we've gotten two perspectives of project management in different areas. We've also seen a lot of commonality between the two, but also some very interesting diversions. Okay, thank you for that. Now I'm going to ask you about the business analysis part. So Nelly, back to you. Can you tell us how you have had to interact with business analysis in your different projects?
Okay, that's an interesting question, because I would say that my interaction with business analysis while running projects can be classified in two different ways. Firstly, in my job as a project manager, I practice business analysis. For me, my role has very often been to support companies in addressing operational problems where I need to analyze issues, understanding problem root causes, formulate various alternative solution, testing solution, making recommendations, and finally implementing solutions. So basically allowing the company to move from a current state, often an undesired state, to a desired state by implementing a solution that brings value to the company, to the stakeholders, or to the end user. And typically, while running IT solution implementation project, I will be performing business analysis at the very beginning of the project, like you showed previously, at the business case stage, or even while framing the project, or also writing the requirement, and so on. And for all these phases, I will use various business analysis tools and techniques, such as brainstorming, data analysis, document analysis, SWOT analysis, business process modeling and analysis, scope modeling, and so estimating, diagramming, and so on. So I use, I would say, mostly all the tools and technique of business analysis to perform my job as a project manager. So to sum up, business analysis is an integral part of my mindset, of my work as a project manager. And because I'm in my job, I'm really oriented towards understanding the needs, proposing solution, and deploying solution. That's the first way. The second way, is how I interact with business analysis is, in my team, I have several members with the title of business analyst or business architect, because I said previously I'm in IT solution implementation. So we usually have many business analysts, tester, and so on. We say tester?
Yeah.
Yeah, tester. So who will take specific role on the project, and who will be performing business analysis activities in different phase of the project. So I collaborate with them every day. I rely on them on some specific activities, such as elicitation, gathering and writing requirement modeling, business architecture, performing tests, and evaluating a solution. So every day in my work, they support me on achieving the project goal. That's it, though. So every day I work with a business analyst, and for me also, I've been business analyst before. Maybe that's why I mastered those tools and techniques and the skills of business analyst. They goes together. It's everywhere. Business analysis is everywhere in project management for me.
Wow, business analysis is everywhere in project management. That's quite encouraging for business analysts to know that their contributions are of high value in projects. Apologies for that. All right. So, Kelly, I want to ask you the same question, but a little bit differently. Apologies for my phone. Yeah, you've worked on a huge number of projects. But can you tell us about situations where you have felt that business analysis was missing and it would have made a difference to have it?
Okay, yes, I can. Based on my experiences in the energy and construction sectors, my understanding of BA is that is provide answer to two critical questions. What do you need to deliver and why? So to answer your question, let me walk you through several instances from my different takeaway where a strong BA focus could have significantly improved project outcome. In one energy project, we face challenges in aligning the project technical requirement with the business need of the owner. We had to revisit the initial requirements multiple times, leading to delays and increased costs. There were several instances where stakeholders' expectations were unclear, especially regarding the integration of new technologies. My team and I tried to gather requirements through direct meetings and workshop, but without a structural approach typically employed by business analysts, some key requirements were missed. The result was that the definition of project scope was not derived by the owner's business objective and performance outcome. My takeaway from that first experience is that a BA engaged in the ideation of the project will have concentrate on understanding the business need from the outset and defining clear requirements, ensuring that the project's deliverable or scope align with the stakeholders' business goal or an objective. This would have ensured that the integration of new technologies meet all expectations from the beginning and minimize the need for revision and keep the project on schedule. Now, if I move to the construction industry, in high-risk industry like the built environment, maintaining a safe and healthy workplace is crucial, not only to prevent catastrophic accident, but also to enhance project outcome and productivity. Therefore, focusing on continuous improvement and innovation is essential to avoid complacency on any project. In that context, I encountered this firsthand during the renovation of a 225 90 kilovolt substation, where unclear health and safety requirements give us challenge. Integrating new safety technologies across different subcontractors, each with different safety cultures, was very, very difficult. Overlapping schedules create potentials that overlapping schedules and create potential safety hazards. Although the project was complete without major incidents, the innovative safety solution did not reach their full potential due to the inconsistent integration and a lack of coherence across the different subcontractor with the project team. A business analyst could have provide clear safety requirements, to get consistent implementation of safety solutions that will improve overall safety and efficiency. From this second experience, I gained two takeaways. The first one is that a business analyst could have provide clear safety requirements to guide consistent implementation of safety solutions, improving overall safety and efficiency. From a risk management perspective, a business analyst could have analyzed the project workflow, identify potential safety risks caused by overlapping activities, and give us recommendations on how to integrate a schedule that account for quality, health, and safety practice from each subcontractor. This proactive approach will have minimized safety risk and improve overall site safety also. For some, my experience has shown me that the critical role good collaboration between the project manager and the business analyst play an important role in project management by ensuring clear requirements, process improvement, and safety, all that leading to a better project outcome. That just to say, for me, business analysts are very impactful in my area of project management.
Thank you very much, Kelly, for that. I learned a lot from that because I have had all my experience in the IT industry, and I'm very interested in your domain, especially sustainable energy. But I often wondered what place do I have as a business analyst in that area? So with what you have said, I can definitely see where a business analyst would fit and what benefits they can bring to your projects. So thank you so much for that, Kelly.
You're welcome.
My next and last question for you, Nelly, is that from your experience wearing both hats, what would you say makes an ideal partnership or an ideal working relationship between project managers and business analysts for successful project management? I know that you are into the space of digital transformation. You mentioned IT projects in logistics. So you can take that example and tell us what makes an ideal BAPM relationship.
Well, for me, it really doesn't matter if we are on a project, in a digital transformation project, or in a construction project, like Katie shared previously. For me, for each project, business analysis should not be dissociated from project management. Okay, because from my point of view and from my experience during those 14 years of running project, for me, business analysis is not only an expertise, but it's a philosophy. For me, it's a mindset, it's a way of working. Is business analysis frame your way of approaching problems, approaching change, approaching every context. So it's true that we tend to think that business analysis is reduced to collecting needs or writing requirements, especially in IT solution project. It's their job. When you say I'm business analyst, we know that your task or your activity will be a elicitation and writing requirements, specification, non-specification, etc. But or maybe testing solution and so on. But for me, it's not only that. for me, business analysis is a set of tools, a set of techniques and skills that we use in almost all the phases of project management. We just saw that. And so finally, for me, business analysis is an expertise that every project, I really say every project manager and every member, every team member should master and not be expected only to those with the title of business analyst. Like you said at the beginning, there is many business analysts out there. They even doesn't know that they are business analysts. They perform business analysis every day. Since you have some skills in assessing, analysis, and so on, it's sure that in a certain way you will use tools, techniques, or an approach of business analysis. So for me, I think that the reason why I consider myself as a successful project manager is because I master some skills, tools, and techniques of business analysis. I really think it makes the difference. Even if I'm a team member or I'm a project manager in a team, I can really see the difference. How I approach things, how I assess things. I always have some tools there where I go pick and I will analyze in a different way that someone who doesn't use those techniques. And for me, my last sentence would be business analysis and project management goes hand to hand. Really. That's it for me.
Thank you so much, Nelly. They are like the ideal couple, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's a good wedding. I don't know, marriage or wedding. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Nelly. And Kelly, my last question to you is based on your sector of sustainable energy and construction, what types of skills would you recommend that business analysts have to be successful in these industries?
Okay, thank you, Florence. This is a very difficult question, but personally, I feel that knowledge and expertise gained as the IT business analyst may be applied to any other business too, with a logical and intellectual mindset. So let me start with the built environment construction. The fluidity of the built environment industry depends on the ability of the organization to continually revisit their project delivery method or business model, I can simply call it. Completing a project safely relies heavily on the ability to identify hazards, accurately assess the physical environment, and correctly perform required tasks. Therefore, safety is a major driving force for innovation in construction. By assessing environment, those to recognize hazards that need to be addressed, as well as opportunity to be more efficient and increase productivity, you are acting as a business analyst. Therefore, business analysts' common skills are necessary to drive innovation in the construction industry. In addition, business analysts should have a good grasp of construction methods and health and safety regulation to be able to integrate these considerations in the business goals objective and performance outcome definition to drive the scope, would drive the scope definition in construction project. Now, let me give a different perspective coming from energy sectors. It is possible to look at the BA role as a professional with the primary objective of providing insights and recommendation to help organizations or policymakers to make informed decisions concerning energy management, investment, and policies. In that case, I recommend adding some key skills to ITBA skills, non-skills. The first group of skills is technical knowledge, a strong understanding of the energy sector, including various energy sources, technologies, infrastructures, and market dynamics is crucial. Familiarity with energy policies, regulation, and environmental concern is also something important. The second group of skill is quantitative and analytical skills. I know many BA certification provide those skills, but energy analysis generally deal with large data set to create forecasting models and interpret statistical results. Proficiency in mathematics, statistics, and econometrics is then essential. And finally, for both sectors, continuous learning is something important. Those sectors are constantly evolving due to technological advancement, policy change, and market dynamics. BA should be committed to staying current with industry trends and development in order to provide accurate and relevant insight to stakeholders. That is based on my experience, the main skills I can ask to BA to build, to integrate very softly construction or energy project. Thank you for the question. It's a very difficult one, but thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. I challenged you with that one because you are not a typical business analyst. So I had to have you get into the head of a business analyst and say what they need. So thank you. And definitely I'm retaining that continuous learning is a key skill. No matter the sector where a business analyst works or someone uses business analysis skills, they have to keep learning. Business analysis is not an IT thing. There are so many different domains where it applies. But a business analyst needs to have domain knowledge to be successful and also keep learning. Thank you so much to you both for all that you have shared. But this ends my questions, but this is where I hand over to the audience to ask their own questions. And this is going to be the interesting part. I want to hear from the audience. What are your questions from Nelly and Kelly? What are your contributions to the topic? We really love to hear from you. So let's see if there are questions. Yes, Liam.
We already have a question, two questions from Isidore. I don't know if Isidore is still there and can hear us.
Yes. Isidore, go ahead. I hope he can speak and he can also turn on his video.
I just put his questions in the chat. There are two.
Okay. All right. So Isidore is asking, I really want to see Isidore and, have him introduce himself because it's also a networking event. and ask his questions himself. Is that possible?
Make him a panelist in order for him to show his camera if he can.
Isidore, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I will try. Hello,
Hi.
Hi,
and
Isidore.
thank you a lot. Thanks a lot for this insightful session. I adore, how do we say it in English? J'ai vidé mon verre, okay, because I know the high level of people in this panel. So I want to greet Nelly and Kelly. Je suis connecté pour picorer. I have two questions. I'm not sure that I know many things about business analysis. I'm not sure. Okay. I think that I know when we talk about business analysis, we talk about maybe requirements, specifications, but I'm not sure. So I want to know more. I have two questions that I want to ask. Okay, so the first question, what tools and techniques
Hi. A network issue, I guess.
What tools or techniques do you recommend for improving communication, to improve communication and collaboration between project managers and business analysts?
Okay. Unfortunately, Isidore got kicked out by the network, but Nelly, do you want to take that question then?
Please, can you come again?
Yes. What tools or techniques do you recommend for improving communication and collaboration between project managers and business analysts?
Okay. Yeah. In fact, I will try in English. I didn't prepare anything for that question. Huh?
We are Cameroonian, we'll understand. Oh, most of us are.
Like I said previously, Isidore, I think that there's not much difference between the project manager and a business analyst. I think that the focus are just different, but they quite have the same tools and techniques. Many techniques of business analysis we have learned them in the PMP. So we we quite have the yes, I can confirm. We quite have the same. So for me, there shouldn't be issue concerning communication and collaboration between business analyst and project manager. They have the same mindset. They have the same way of work, but they are focused on different things. I would say that. So don't mind the communication tools and techniques that you already know, that you already master as a project manager, as quite the same that you need to perform as a or to use as a business analyst. I would say that. But all those people in here which has the certification can give a more relevant answer about the question. But from my perspective, from my point of view, they are quite the same, and there should not be any issue regarding communication between the both of them.
Thank you, Nelly, and I hope that answers your question, Isidore, your question number one.
But Florence, let me add
Yes.
some perspective in what
Please do.
Nelly have said. before. I've seen the tools part, and if I'm really understood the what it does is asking for, saying he don't really perceive or master the business analyst role. So I will take a context where you are facing a very complex construction project. So when the project is very complex, the sponsor will not put the money like that and give you the money, go and build something which costs $3 billion, go and build it like that. So at the beginning, the owner will ask you to convince him that you have the level of knowledge about requirement is the same. So on the side of the owners or the sponsors, you will get the BA there. On the side of the project team, you will get the PM. Both could be PM or BA, like you have seen, but two tools are usually agreed in construction space to engage more communication. That is just to add something on PMP tools. The first tool is, you call it Obeya. Obeya is a tool coming from Toyota, Japanese philosophy. That is a process of engaging and Obeya is a process of engagement and transparency, which an emphasis of mindset and behavior. You get the same mindset. You are a BA or you are a PM, you will get, using Obeya tools, the same mindset and the same behavior at the end of during the process. Another thing is that the overchanging philosophy behind Obeya come from lean development. So Obeya will create a collaborative running of a project, will be leverage effective communication and build a cohesive team environment. The second tool I can share is also a specific tools in construction. Is, you call it benefit of, you call it commitment based. Is a commitment based management. Is some tools will provide a repeatable structure, approach, and framework. You know, many people know that in construction, the delivering process is just waterfall, but that is not very the way you do for all construction projects. Some construction project has repeatable phases. So to communicate very clearly on those different phases, you can use commitment-based management, which a communication tools that will help you, that will transform how a team members work together. Will also help you to confirm that project deliverable and outcome will happen. To be sure, like I've said, the sponsor want to be sure that the outcome will happen. So using the CBM, construction-based management, you could master communication to show that yes, outcome will happen. Another good income from that tool is that you provide an effective process to manage performance, and that benefits is very close to BA. It's very BA role. Provide an effective process, so optimize the process and manage the performance outcome. Another important thing is that tools will motivate individual and teams to go to extra mile, because you have to when the project is very big, you have to go above and over the stakeholder expectation. That is what I can say. If I don't know if Isidore now he have how to communicate generally give by Nelly and those tools to have on the comparison is they are very impactful tools.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I learned a lot. But maybe I'm not sure if we have a BA specialist here, PMP tools, or with my project management tools, I can say that I'm a BA. Isn't it?
Yes, of course, Isidore.
Okay. Okay.
You
Okay.
are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, as I said at the beginning, anyone who does business analysis activities is a business analyst. And I'm pretty sure that in your career as a project manager, if you've had to do those activities, analysis, stakeholder engagement, identifying needs, clarifying needs, defining scope, those kinds of things, you've been doing business analysis. Thank you, Isidore. Isidore didn't mention that he's also a very experienced project manager, PMP certified, also has his own webinar series where he talks about projects happening in Cameroon and what we can learn from them. So thank you, Isidore. I hope you're open
He has
to
a second question though.
connecting to you. Yes.
Yeah, he has a second question. Yeah.
What key metrics should both project managers and business analysts track to ensure project success? What key metrics? Oh, there could be so many of them. Can we have just two?
Scope.
Mhm.
Yes. I think the both are concerned about the scope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it's a not the main one, but it's the one that came into my head like right now. They're both working about framing the scope, ensuring that we don't comment dire en project management scope script script. It's the same, c'est le même combat en fait. It's the same battle for project manager and business analyst. So the first one for me is scope, to manage the scope. Someone help me for the second one.
Anyone wants to contribute?
At least I'm not a BA, but I've learned a lot through this journey. So I can have scope is also a metric for performance outcome, because those metrics will help for next project. I'm sure BA will use them. So at the end of a project, performance of the delivered by the project is something insightful for BA in a very big enterprise. So they will use it with the PMO to share knowledge to other projects. So I think performance outcome, all metrics related to performance outcome are both used by PM and BA.
That's very true. And the one thing that I will add, and I know that both project managers and business analysts have their stakeholders.
Yeah.
Stakeholders make you or break you. So success can also be defined by your level of stakeholder alignment. I think this is a good metric to track as well. Ensure that you're aligned with your stakeholders, you're managing your stakeholders properly, you are all on the same page communication-wise, and you're actually providing value to them.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Thank you.
Also add budget, cost, schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
schedule deadline. So yeah.
Yes, thank you, William.
I have the certification of BA business analyst. I just use tools and techniques and also some approach. So I don't know if for business analysts they also focus on time or like in project management.
Not the same.
Okay.
But through stakeholder engagement, stakeholder satisfaction,
Yeah.
and also because they have to support during the project to support the product management. So they have to align to the product management deadlines, cost,
Yes.
and budget.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Let me move to the next question we have here from Lionel Golden. Lionel Golden, would you please introduce yourself, switch on your video? Let us know briefly your profession as well when you introduce yourself. I hope he's still online. And Lionel, speak.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Lionel.
Hi everyone. I wouldn't join with the video because I'm not at home,
All right.
but I was listening all through, and I actually quite enjoyed the whole conference. So yeah, I had a question which I would like specifically Nelly to answer. I will give the context. So my name is Lionel or Lionel, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I live in Germany and I'm a project manager in the IT sector. And I totally agree with her and with all the speakers that BA is a huge part of our work as project managers, and we cannot do without. But I had a question for Nelly because she worked in Europe and in Africa, and she has experience for both. I wanted to know something. So Nelly, can you tell us, in your experience, are there specific frameworks which are, I would say, Africanized, right? Because when we as IT, in my domain, IT implementation, with VA, we quickly analyze the needs and even anticipate the needs of the clients when we do the projects and make sure the projects suit their needs. But my concern is that in Africa, or specifically maybe in Cameroon, this is not so easy to do because we have a lot of spontaneity there. We have a lot of unpredictability there. And for this reason, I want to know, do you have a specific framework or a framework which is better suited for African countries, which ensure that the way we approach a project or project management or even business analysis, we take into account this lack of predictability that we have in those clients? So that would be my question. And thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the conference.
Okay. Are you getting me?
I do, Neri, I do.
Exactly.
Quite an interesting question, Lionel. I have a lot to say. I don't know if I'll be able to say it in English because
You can say it in French, all good.
okay, I don't know if Florence give me the permission to say it in English because really I have so much to say. Okay.
Go ahead.
Do I have the permission?
Yes.
Okay. Merci beaucoup, Florence. Merci pour ta question. Lionel, effectivement, c'est très challengeant en fait de travailler en tant que project manager ou business analyst dans un contexte africain. C'est pas péjoratif ce que je vais dire, mais c'est juste différent. Et on sait que la différence peut apporter de la complexité. De mon expérience sur les pays sur lesquels j'ai déjà déployé les solutions aujourd'hui, il y a comment je veux dire, deux éléments que j'ai identifiés. C'est que lorsque tu arrives dans le pays, en fait, et que tu commences à faire des réunions avec les stakeholders, pour éliciter ton besoin ou pour comprendre, etc. Ils savent pas souvent ce qu'ils veulent. Après, ça arrive même dans un contexte européen. Ils savent pas souvent ce qu'ils veulent. Ils vont te dire une chose et une semaine plus tard ou lorsque tu as configuré ta solution, ils vont te dire le contraire. Exactement. Parce que je ne sais pas si c'est une difficulté de la langue, du langage, du vocabulaire. C'est pour ça que je pense que c'est important pour les business analysts qui opèrent en Afrique ou bien qui opèrent dans les deux continents de s'adapter en fait au langage, aux éléments de langage en fait dans les pays dans lesquels ils se trouvent en Afrique. C'est très, 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 très important. Et comme je dis, c'est pas péjoratif, mais maman peut vouloir dire beaucoup de choses pour les personnes qu'on soit en Europe. Je prends juste un exemple pour caricaturer. Et donc, aujourd'hui, je pense que la différence, donc, je ne pense pas que sur le marché, aujourd'hui, je ne pense pas qu'il y ait encore personne qui ait fait des frameworks spécifiquement pour l'Afrique. Et il faudrait, moi, j'ai vraiment pensé à cela. Je ne sais pas si des personnes veulent s'associer à moi pour le faire. Moi, je pense que ce serait une très bonne aide qu'on va apporter à tous les project managers et les business analysts qui opèrent en Afrique. Moi, je pense que la différence se place au niveau des personal skills, en fait. Que le project manager ou le business analyst va mettre en œuvre. Il y a un degré de patience qu'il faut avoir, un degré de bienveillance qu'il faut avoir lorsqu'on traite avec des utilisateurs sur le terrain africain. On n'a pas la même vitesse, on n'a pas, on n'a pas la même sensibilité au délai. On le sait tous. Voilà. Donc, tous nos projets, en fait, dépassent les délais sur l'Afrique. Après, derrière, on essaye de trouver les moyens d'apprendre. J'ai beaucoup, beaucoup, beaucoup appris en termes d'humain, en termes de comment tu traites avec. C'est l'humain, la complexité, en fait, dans les projets, que ce soit en Europe ou que ce soit en Afrique, c'est l'humain. Après, en fonction de la maturité par rapport au projet, donc c'est de la maturité par rapport à l'analyse, etc. Tu peux avoir des différences. Donc, moi, je dis, il y a quelque chose à faire. Je pense qu'on a tous des project managers ici qui opèrent sur l'Afrique également. Donc, c'est l'occasion, Isidore, Florence, William, Kelly, de penser à quelque chose parce que je pense qu'on a assez d'expérience sur le terrain africain et européen et de pouvoir capitaliser sur nos expériences pour faire un framework qui soit adaptable pour l'Afrique et faire des projets successful en Afrique, quoi. Voilà. Je ne sais pas ce que j'aurais dit ça en anglais.
Okay, merci beaucoup, Nelly. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I think I'm more than satisfied. Merci beaucoup.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lionel. And thank you, Nelly. I don't know if we have people in the audience who don't understand French, but Nelly answered the question. I'll give a very brief summary by acknowledging that there is complexity in the African context, and it's important for business analysts or project managers to adapt, to be able to learn from the environment and adapt to the realities of this environment. What works in Europe may not necessarily directly work in Africa. And she has the brilliant idea of initiating frameworks specific to the African context, be they in project management or business analysis. And she is open to having people contribute to this initiative so that we can have something, or we can have ways of working that fit the realities of the African context. Yeah, it is possible. So thank you, Nelly, and thanks, Lionel, for that very pertinent question. Okay, do we have any other questions for our speakers? Please take advantage of having these people here maybe you actually have a thought you want to share actually from your experience. I know we have very experienced people in the audience as well. Maybe you want to contribute something to the topic. Please feel free to raise your hand and speak.
Cyril will
Cyril,
raise his hand.
head. Okay, go ahead, Cyril. Cyril able to speak? Is he being permitted to speak?
He's on mute. I don't know if he's able to unmute himself.
Cyril, please
He
go
should
ahead.
be.
Not sure what happened to Cyril, but we are waiting for you, Cyril, to speak. You have the possibility to unmute yourself and speak. Okay, while waiting for Cyril, anyone else wants to contribute something or ask a question?
Let's see a question outside.
Okay.
Do you feel that your organization, so for both speakers, do you feel that your organization provides enough clarity regarding the distinct responsibilities of BAs and PMs? So nobody is frustrated. Everyone knows precisely what he has to do. And maybe you, as project manager, you already defined, okay, I will do this task and you should do or will do those tasks during the project. So the question, do you feel that your organization provides enough clarity regarding the distinct responsibilities of PAs and PMs, or do you see areas for improvement? That's the question I understood.
Okay, I'll try to share my my point of view about this question. Okay, mostly I've worked in France, and now I'm working in Africa for a French company. It's different. It depends. It really depends of the company. In FedEx, for example, for me, the role were clearly defined and separate between the project manager and business analyst. And it was an exception for me. For the other one, maybe because the FedEx is an American Anglo-Saxon company, maybe. And for the other one, which were French company, there were always confusion. Even when we say the title of the role in the job description, they want a chef de projet AMOA. What does it mean? Chef de projet AMOA, it means nothing, chef de projet AMOA. Or chef de projet slash BA. No. So even in the title of the job description, we already have a confusion. And in my interview, when I'm approached for a role, I always says, okay, let's start by clearly defining what will be my role, because chef de projet AMOA doesn't mean anything. It's two different roles. Even if they use some common techniques, some common tools, and so on, like I said previously, they are focused on two different things. Okay, a project manager has his activities or his comment je vais dire ça? So specific goals and objectives, and business analyst has his one. It's two different roles, even if we have a common tools and techniques and approach or way of working. So to summarize, I would say it really depends on the company. The trend I can see is that in America or in Anglo-Saxon English speaking company, they know the difference. They clearly differentiate project manager and business analyst. And in the French environment, it's a bit a mess right now. And since the two jobs or the two roles are comment je vais dire ça, how can I say ils sont en vogue maintenant. Ce n'est que depuis quelques années en fait en France que ces rôles-là en fait émergent. They are emerging, voilà. They are emerging, so there's a bit confusion regarding what the one will do and what the other will do. For me, what I do, since I know the both, when I'm approached for a role, I will clearly define with the person in front of me what will clearly be my mission, my activities, and I would say this is project management, this is business analyst, and you need to choose between the both of them. Yeah, but we have a long way to go before in France we will be able to differentiate the both of them, I think. But maybe someday, maybe one day.
Kelly, from your perspective?
Yes. From my perspective, I'm just trying to remember, but let me go in a true a real experience. So I was working on this, I will call it energy management. I was consultant to improve the energy. One health center is not based in Cameroon, was trying how to reduce the number of energy used per patient. That was, and they have defined a level depending on if the patient coming to surgical, is coming for nose problem, is coming for malaria. They was expecting to reach a level of energy use for each of their patients. So I face a very something very difficult, because there was a PMO in that health center. It was a very, very big one. There was a PMO inside, and the PMO do something very, very clear to address this point. So let me give my perspective, and I will explain later. From my point of view, there will always be this area for improvement there. Why? Because working with that PMO, I learned this. The PMO was using what they're calling PMO value ring. So the PMO team was based their knowledge on the fact that the stakeholders want to deliver some benefits to them. And they was explaining us when he was complaining that if in the benefits of the organization, there is no clear benefits who is addressing how to better prioritize projects, the PM have to assume the role of BA, because in the organization there will no one who is very clearly defined to address and prioritize projects. So I learned from that perspective, from that experience, that is always the organization will define a benefit. Based on that benefit, they will give PMO function with very try to separate the role. But if that is not, that culture is not present in the organization, the improvement will have to be done every time. So it's at the PMO level that that problem could be solved, not inside the project team, because both PM used to to deal with the both roles. That is my what I can add based on my experience.
Thanks to you both for those perspectives. Okay, there is one hand raised, and I think this is the last intervention we'll take due to time. Cyril, are you ready now?
Yes.
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 Please briefly introduce yourself and then ask your question.
Okay. Good evening to each one, and thank you for this webinar. I'm Cyril Kwam. I'm now the CEO of Nasra Technologies, which is a company in technologies. But I'm a certified PMP and a new BA enthusiast. So I in fact my adventure start with BA because I noticed that in Cameroon, and I like the idea of Nelly to have a discussion about a framework adapted to Cameroon environment, because I noticed that many people, they have the habit to, sometimes you call someone project manager, but in fact we are asking the person to do PA analyst task, many tasks the person don't have, even when he's certified PMP. And sometimes we have people who are BA, but maybe they don't, we call them analyst d'affaires or analyst métier, but sometimes they don't have the training or the ability to do the work, or because they learn to do it like from scratch in a company, but they don't know really what they are doing, but they're just doing by the habit of experience field. So I want to have, if Nelly or Kelly have an experience in Cameroon where she was confronted to that kind of on misunderstanding of role, maybe as a project manager somewhere, but in fact in the project she discovered that it was a task of PA. That was really the good one, and how she managed, or how he managed, about Kelly or Nelly. That's my question.
How could I say it? I didn't have the occasion to work as a project manager in Cameroon yet. And pour te reconforter, en fait, the confusion is not only in Africa regarding what exactly a project manager should do or a BA should do. I previously said that even in France right now, there's a confusion. So it's not only about Africa or Cameroon. We also have this confusion in France. I face it many times. And I've said previously, it's our job or our responsibility as people who exactly can make the difference between the both of them, to get a clarification when you discuss with a potential recruiter, and to make sure that you align. Is a part of our job to get alignment. So even when you are in front of a hiring person, you should always get some requirement, understanding his needs, and make sure that you are the right person to cover his needs. So you really need to know what is he need. Is he needing a business analyst, or is he needing a project manager? That's it. So I don't know. I really don't know in Cameroon what they put in project management or project manager or in the business analyst right now. I really don't know. And even for the other country in Africa, I've been like project manager, and I goes in Africa to implement some projects. So we have the team in France, and we go to countries to implement the solution. So it doesn't work with project manager there. We have some business expert, which also are business analysts now, but they don't know that they are business analysts because they perform elicitation and other analysis activities. But no business, no project manager yet for me. So I can't really answer I can't really answer your question because I don't have the experience in Cameroon.
Thank you, Nelly. Thank you. Philip
Okay,
can
Kelly,
thank
yeah,
you, Cyril, for
Kelly
the
has
question.
Kelly has a
So
lot
for
of
my
experience.
yes, I have some experience in Cameroon, but not a lot of experience concerning BA because on like Nelly has explained, BA is new first and is more in IT sector in Cameroon. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But on my areas, I've faced too many difficulties with that. Is the project manager will discover that there is a need for assessing business. Is when you are trying to start the project that you discover that there is a need for a BA. At least you don't know that it's a BA role, but you clearly identify that there's a need for someone to master this part. And you are just trying to pushing your project to move, but you cannot decide as a project manager who will address that because it's not all the team members. No one there is have knowledge for that or could deliver the real benefits at the end. Like I have explained, I have faced that in the both area. The owners give us some expectation is more concerning safety, and the owner themselves don't express it very clear way. So the team just go through it and try to get the expected output or outcome of that. But at the end, during the project, the risk level just increase. Why? Because at the beginning, there was no BA to address that point. So yes, at that time, some person could say, yes, I'm a BA, please give me the function to address it. But at the end, no, because the BA framework is not there. Even if you have knowledge, from my perspective, to solve those kind of problems is very important to get certified, because your knowledge is your knowledge. But to have a standard to be sure that your knowledge is close to the standard, it's good to ask to the person to justify is certified, who or she is certified, to be sure that he can go through the role and deliver the expected benefits. It's not just by saying I am a BA. I could never say I'm a BA, but I discovered through this journey that I sometimes deal with BA, but I'm not a BA. I could not say I'm BA. That is what I can add to answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both. All right. So there are some contributions coming in through the chat, and I know there's still one hand raised. I apologize, Derek, but we have run out of time. So please put your intervention in the chat. Thank you for understanding. And really, really thank you, Nelly and Kelly, for all your contributions, for answering all the questions. And thank you to everyone who did ask a question, who contributed something, because that's how we all learn together. So I'm going to move to the final part of our session. I apologize that we'll be a little bit over time, but I'll try to make it fast. And this is the section for the quiz. I mentioned at the beginning that we will have a quiz and we'll be testing whether you were paying attention and give you an opportunity to earn some prizes. So let me speak briefly about the prizes. There is no ranking here, but we are offering 10% discount to our study groups, both online and on site. 10% discount as well to our BA meetup, which is an after work event like this in person. But yeah, in Douala. And we're offering an opportunity for you to share, to give us your story, and we'll feature it on our IIBA Cameroon channels to give you some visibility. And finally, for those interested in certifications, we're offering you a chance to have a 1-hour ECBA exam simulation to test, if you're ready for that exam. We also allow you the possibility to hand over your gift if you win to someone else who you think will need it more. So we are flexible like that. So I hope your competitive spirits are up and you're ready to play the game. Right. So this is how I will, I will go. I'm going to ask some questions and you'll have to answer them. I hope I'm no longer sharing my PowerPoint because you don't need that. All right. When you answer the question, put your answer in the chat or shout out your answer. The person who wins is the person who answers the question correctly and first. So the answer needs to be correct and you need to have been the first person to give the correct answer. So here we go. Question number 1. Where did Nelly study? Where did she do her university studies? I'm watching the chat. If you can give a more specific answer, like a school in Cameroon, Lionel, you could just win this.
France.
Okay, people are sticking with countries. Okay. Yes. Congratulations. Yes, Lionel got it right, and he got it right first. So I heard Romaric shout out France. I think it was Romaric. But Romaric, you were late, and Lionel gave a more specific answer. In Cameroon, she studied in Université Catholique de l'Afrique Centrale, UCAC. So congratulations, Lionel, you are our winner for prize 1. Okay. I think people are starting to get an idea of how it works. You need to be fast and you need to be correct. Question number 2. How many associations has Nelly created? Lionel is not playing. Anyone else wants to try? People are answering in the Q&A. Please answer in the chat so that we don't miss your question. Your answer, sorry.
And said to raise her hand.
Yes, there are people answering Q&A.
All right, so I see I said to if you want to answer a question, please just go ahead. If you raise your hand, we will miss you and you'll be late. So all right, Lionel and someone else in the Q&A answered correctly. A couple of people in the Q&A. I see that Lawan Lubu Muhammadu answered 2 as well. Oh, some people can write in the chat, I see. And at the same
Yeah,
time,
the chat is
yeah.
disabled. The chat is disabled.
Oh, I see. The chat is disabled. Oh, okay. Right. I'll be watching the Q&A then. Okay. So I'm going to give this prize to Lawan Lubu. You had the same timing as Lionel approximately, but Lionel already won a prize. So Lionel, be generous, please. Our winner number 2 is Lawan. Congratulations. Okay. The next question is what organizations does Kelly volunteer in? He listed a number of them. You just need to remember one and you will win. What organizations does Kelly volunteer in? One of those organizations has been mentioned in this session a number of times. Apparently this one is hard for people. Yes, Derek, you got it right and you got it first. Yes, the PMI. Kelly volunteers for the PMI, Project Management Institute. Congratulations, Derek. Winner number 3. Okay, we have 2 more to go, so 2 more chances. I hope you're ready. I have a long list, but I need to just choose a few. Kelly said there's a question he always asks himself as a project manager. Does anyone remember that question? He said this is a question I always ask myself as a project manager. This one is a tough one. Everyone is sweating.
The verb deliver somewhere in the.
Can I answer? Can I answer?
Yeah, you're
Ah,
very
yeah, I can answer as well.
Deliver value. What's the value?
okay.
Oh, what's
William, you don't qualify. You can't win, but you were close. He asked the question, how do we deliver the project? Let me go to the next one and let's see if people have and find it a little bit easier. So Kelly gave recommendations at the end for business analysts and the kinds of skills they can have that they can get or need to have to be successful in construction, in energy projects. So can you give one of those skills that Kelly recommended? Let's see.
Yeah, a lot. This and
They're scratching their heads. I'm still watching to see which answers come up. You have about 5 more seconds if you want to try. All right. I don't see any other answers. Yeah.
I listened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And Derek was the first person to get the right answer. Continuous learning, yes. That's what Kelly said. Continuous learning. Lionel, time management. He didn't mention that specifically, although it's a very important skill as well. So you missed it. So yeah, Derek. Derek is not here to play with anyone. So Derek got the 4th prize. And here is the final one. This is your last chance to win something. And if you missed this question, you really were not listening. So Kelly said, Nelly thinks that business analysis and project management should be dissociated. True or false?
Oh,
Try again.
False. False.
The answer is false. She
Yes,
has,
I got it.
you're late.
Not before me, not before
Who
me.
answered before me?
I answer it first.
Okay. Now,
Oh,
there
Derek,
needs to be some
don't take all the
generosity in this
prizes.
matter. There needs to be.
Derek, cannot take the prizes for you alone.
Nelly has been preaching the whole of this session that, hey, you need to marry these 2 skills. They need each other. Project managers, project teams need to know business analysis skills because these skills help them succeed at the projects. So the answer is false. She did not say that we need to dissociate the 2. And okay, Derek had it right, Lawan had it right, and Cyril had it right. Now,
Lionel as well.
diplomatic coup, sorry?
Lionel.
Lionel also, okay. So Lionel and Lawan and Derek are already winners. So I'm gonna ask them to be
Don't
generous.
do that. Don't do that.
Yes, you're a 2-time winner. How can you? Oh, I'm gonna ask you to be generous and let Cyril get this one.
Thank you in advance, Derek.
Okay, you're welcome.
Generosity pays. Those who are generous
Yes,
You're
receive.
welcome.
thank you, Derek.
Okay, so thank you so much to the to 4 people, yeah. The 4 winners that we have this evening. Thank you for participating. Thank you for joining in the fun. We want to end this activity in this kind of fun note, but we would love to have a group photo to commemorate our event. So if you would please open your cameras if you're comfortable with that. Let us see your faces and let's do a group photo together.
I'm trying to make everyone panelist because it's the only way. So you receive an invitation to become a panelist.
Mhm.
Florence, sorry, quickly, in the meantime, the prize, how can I give it to someone? I'm definitely not in Cameroon and I cannot use it.
Okay, you will be contacted with regards to your price separately, and then you can have that discussion with the person who reaches out to you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So almost everyone. 6 more.
Right. So please switch on your cameras. The ones who, I think now you have the right since you have been made panelists. Switch on the cameras and let's have this photo. Okay. I see there's some people still trying to switch on their cameras and some people, all right. Oh, nice to see you, Biran. Okay. Let's then
Nice to see you too.
let's assume this is what this is, yeah, enough. William, are you taking?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody, cheese.
Hmm.
Cheese. Amazing, perfect.
Thank you.
Attendez, pas souriant, on peut recommencer. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the Friday night is just starting. Those who want to go and party should go and party. But we would really love for you to, at the end of this event, when you leave Zoom, you will receive a link for a survey. So please it's very short, takes 2 minutes. Take the time to use this link to give us your feedback. We really appreciate your feedback. We learn from it, and through it, we keep on improving. So do not forget to respond to the Zoom survey that comes when you leave this session, please. But on that note, I want to thank you all. Thank you very much. Special thank you to our speakers, Nelly and Lord Skelly. They are open to be contacted via LinkedIn. Their profiles were put on the chat. So please feel free to connect and continue the conversation with them. And yeah, let's stay connected. Reach out to the people you've seen in the call. I am also open. William is open. And let us keep on exchanging and learning from each other. Thank you to all of you. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
you.
Florence.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Take
Thank you
care.
very
Be
much.
safe.
Okay.